Podcast with Masingita. Masingita yayina. Podcast with Masingita. My friend, welcome to another episode right here on Podcast with Masingita. And this is Talk with Masingita. Thank you, my friend. And first of all, my friend, thank you so much for the support. I know. You deserve all the credit, my friend. Thank you so much. We are approaching 400 subscribers. We're currently sitting on 350 plus, and it's all because of you. And again, importantly, let's make sure we share this content, we like, we subscribe, and we tell people about this wonderful, journey that we're embarking on, because it is a journey. Remember, we go through a lot during this journey. So without any waste of time, the moment we've been waiting for. Woo! First of all, let me just say this. I've got this lady, sure, I don't know what to say. She's got her own show. Firstly, it's a hip hop show each and every Fridays. She's an MC. She's a content creator. She's a business promoter. The list is endless. But without any waste of time, Sis Bongiwe Khumalo, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel so important.
Yeah, you have to. Oh, by the way, AKA Imama Le Coke. Welcome, my sister.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
You good?
I'm good. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm good.
You good? Nah, you don't have to be nervous. Like I said to you, it's all good. It's all, good vibes. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about the good things that you're doing for the community. And we're recognizing that. And the show is all about you. You don't have to be nervous. You're more than welcome. Ukhulumisa Zulu, Uwesotho, Prat Afrikaans, talk English. It's your show, after all. And this is Talk with Masingita. And like I said before we started, this is going to be your show. We're going to be celebrating you, but it's going to be a conversation after all. So yeah, man, thank you so much for honoring the invitation. I know you are busy, and because of all this, schedules for, chilling, we had to postpone, our engagement. But here we are today. It is a big day. We are celebrating you. We're talking to you. So yeah.
And I'm super excited to be here, just to say it. Very excited.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. So yeah, just take us through who's Bongiwe Khumalo AKA Mama Le Coke. Imama Le Coke, by the way.
Okay, so basically I'm just another basic girl from Orange Farm. I didn't really grow up in Orange Farm actually. I grew up in Pretoria. I came to Orange Farm after my matric. Okay. So I'm just Bongiwe Khumalo, 27-year-old girl who's just trying to put her name out there and do something for herself. So like you did say, I'm an MC, I'm a radio host, I actually have my own makeup company.
Yes.
I'm promoting other people's businesses. I love doing the things that are done with the Coke. I'm a content creator and I'm just trying to do something out there. So I'm just trying to do the most. It feels so weird when I come here talking about myself. In my head I'm like, oh, I've been doing all of that, the whole 27-year-old, but yeah.
But it's also important to talk about yourself.
I didn't grow up in Orange Farm. I grew up in Pretoria. And then I actually came to Orange Farm because in Pretoria I just felt like, hey, when it comes to media, they're not as fast as Joburg. So I came this side, and ever since I came in 2015, and ever since then I've just been doing the most for myself. And then that's when I discovered my love for acting. A radio presenter right now. I'm an MC, voiceover artist. Recently I just started my own makeup company. I'm pushing on my business too, and I just love creating content also when it comes to Coke. So I'm just trying to put my name out there. But also at the same time, my name being out there must stay relevant.
Yeah. No, that's good. And I think as much as you do the most in terms of promoting people's business, it's also important that we also give you that platform to tell us, for you to tell us more about yourself. Because at most, we don't have time to talk about ourselves. But we are able to promote and say, Masingita's doing that, whoever and ever they're doing that. But when is the time whereby we sit and say, let's talk about you? So take us through. You said you grew up you're from Pretoria, then you came to Orange Farm. So was it the matter of Joburg being the goal itself, or just maybe explain? I understand when you said in terms of media, but let me just understand, because someone might even say, but you could have done the very same thing in Pretoria, but why this side?
Okay, personally for me also, I think it's because in Pretoria, I grew up with my dad. So every time we spoke of things like acting, radio, he never really understood that part. And at the same time, I had the motive of, but I don't want to give up in what I want to do. He was more of, Melubo doctor, you must go to school. And then this side I knew, which okay, if I come to Joburg, I'm with my cousins, my aunts, and they kind of understood what I love. So I spoke to them and I came this side. I could have done the same that side, but like I said, I kept going to my agency, trying that. I actually, when I started, I used to love acting a lot.
Okay.
Like, TV act. I didn't care where or how.
Yeah.
I didn't care where and I would watch a lot of soapies. I think that's when the love started growing more. And then I actually came this side. And then I actually got like a friend of mine who actually went to an acting school.
Okay.
And then I attended, that was happening in Tembisa. I attended that, and then funny enough, I graduated as one of the top 3 students at school. Okay. Then I was like, then the downfall came, and I realized that no, acting is not for me. I'm and I was still even had this thing of, you put me top 3, you're killing this, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it's not for me, guys. And then I got another opportunity. I think one thing I appreciate a lot, I got a lot of opportunities, and through friends. My friends would always be like, "Siyabazi ukuconnectise." And that's when I realized, no, living Pretoria was actually a good thing. Coming to Joburg was more of a connection. Then I also went to another. There was a radio school, radio production school.
Oh, okay.
It was in Joburg, and nice thing about it, which we got to go and see Metro FM, YFM, we got amateurs. That's when I said, okay, this is what I want. And then I graduated again as top 3 with a scholarless of food.
Wow, yeah, my God. Yeah. Top 3 is your thing.
That's why number 3 is my favorite now.
Oh, okay.
And I graduated and I got to work at Cosmo FM. And complications came and I stopped, and then shout out to Mosito, and then he came with the connection.
Spotty guy. Yeah.
Shout out to him. They gave him a role to actually do a hip hop show. And then he said, it's going to be my first time. How about I fetch somebody who's been in the industry so that I could actually learn from him. Wow. Approached me. We went on, and ever since then, radio has always been a first love. Sure,
I know, because we were supposed to do this interview on Friday, and I said, "Hey, do it."
I have a show.
Fridays are my hip hop shows, and I was like, "Oh, by the way," I was like, "Oh, okay, no, it's fine. Let me rather respect that, and allow you to do your thing, because it is what you love after all." And talking from what you've just explained to me, from acting to go to the radio, and you've discovered this is really what I'm looking for. This is what I really love, actually. Not the other one of going to a TV Bangone and stuff. But I want to be there and since then you've been killing it. You've been pushing, because that has allowed you to also enhance in terms of you being an MC as well. Because I'm like, you've been killing it. Okay, I'm listening to your show once in a while. I was like, yo, this lady. And then Tugu, she's an MC. And just take us through the MC part. Like, was it something that has integrated with the radio, journey, or what could have, inspired you to be an MC?
Okay, I think it's only now you ask me this I get to realize it. I think everything started on TV, and then it went to being reality. Because even on TV, I used to love watching your Our Life Amp, your MTV Base. So when I would see those presenters, I'd be like, but I can do this. And I mean, I'm very judgmental. So if I see somebody who's doing it, and I'm like, I can do better than that. So presenting started then. And I realized, okay, everybody knows, when you get in industry these days, it's not just easy. You don't just get there and be a present. I went to so many presenting interviews, some of my lines, speaking at 5 a.m. And I realized, if I don't want this to die, I need to do something about it. And then shout out to another person, which was Real Fisto, DJ as Orange Town.
Real Fisto, shout out, my guy.
I told Real Fisto, I want to be an MC. He asked me, you are MC? I'm like, no way, but I want an MC. He's like, okay, I'll take my chances. He had his birthday party. He actually called me and Musito. I didn't know Musito that day. It was the first time meeting him. He's like, no, come through and MC. And I MC'd and got comments with, no, you're killing this. And then also being in radio, you get people saying, which, the way you kill radio is the same thing you do on stage. And then my love just started growing, and then that's when I decided, it's okay, I'm an MC, you want gigs, let's do this. And the nice thing about it is that usually when you start in this industry, you always like, let me do it for free. And then you will pay me in the later stage. With me, it's always been, if you still believe in me on that first day and paid me, and then the next gigs, I don't do it for free. And then that's when I just started having the love from MCing. And then with that also came, I used to have a lot of weird people that would be like, as Tandy voice out. I'll be like,
wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. So we listen to you on radio, love, we love your voice. And I realized there's something called being a voiceover artist, where people send you a script. So what I used to do is I used to do it only for my artist. If you're an artist, you wanted an intro, or you wanted to keep a mix as a DJ. Okay. But now it's grown to other people are doing adverts. And last month I actually did an advert for YFM.
Wow! Tango!
So basically that comes all together, being an MC, a radio, and a voiceover. So it works in one group basically as a package.
Wow. Sure. And in all of this that you're doing, are you independent, or are you under someone, or?
I am independent.
You're independent. Yeah. Wow.
I don't believe in working for someone, because I cannot in a bad way, but personally I'm feeling that you're being controlled, you're doing what they want to do. There are certain people that are asked for advice, which what can I do? How can I charge for this? How do I go about? But it doesn't personally mean those people own me. They just help me when I feel like, okay, this is a big decision and I don't want to regret it. But being owned, I do everything on my own. Get my own gigs, post myself, and I market myself.
Wow. No, that is dope. And talking about the acting as well part, I remember you also had this podcasting. Yeah, because I remember I was following you and I subscribed and you killed it. You had, I remember even the name Gostrati.
Yeah.
The name of your podcast. Take me through that, and what happened? Why did you stop? Because it was going fine. Even your views when you started, I was like, wow, this is nice.
Okay, so we should talk about me and being honest, guys. So basically, I've always had a dream of starting my own thing, my own podcast, and I had doubts, I had a fear with marang phone. And I'm like, okay, no. And then one day I legit just woke up and be like, this week me a shooter. How I was gonna get a photographer, how I was gonna get a team, I didn't know, but I was like, this week me a shooter. I remember I told my friends, and being my friends, they didn't buy a iPad, like, this week we are shooting, let's go with it. And I got a photographer, I got the guy I was working with, Zustinas Kosana, started working with him, and then we started pushing. So what happened is, my photographer also got too excited and said he wants to do this, without realizing that it was clashing with his work. So by the times I actually had a list of people I wanted on my show, but obviously now my photographer wants to look, it's okay. Now I have work, 1, 2, 3, so we're gonna have to work like this. So I told him, I'm like, you know what? It's okay to take a step back and think about certain things, and then you come back. So basically, we are going through that right now. So even now, he did mention, which he said, right, we can start. But in my head, I'm like, I believe in starting afresh and starting properly. I know you can wake up and start something tomorrow, but with me...
And then you said you are nervous. Look how you're flowing.
So with me personally, I just said, can we just start properly next year? I still know what I want. I still know what I want to do. I still know who I want to interview. So we're still going to come back in the game and keep pushing the way we were. So, because Trate with Miss Bentena is still up and running. You can still subscribe if you haven't.
Yes.
Next year we'll be there with all the people that you guys want to see and hear.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think, let me just confess, I was also, motivated, inspired by you guys. I was like, wow. So, Ekas, we can do podcast. I'm like, and I remember I was still doing the business script at Timeline Radio. And I was like, oh man, this podcast, guys. I'm like, okay, so this thing is possible. Like, okay, let me watch this, guys. I'm like, okay, first episode, second. I'm like, okay, so this is what they call podcasting. I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna do that. And let me watch. Like, okay. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's possible. Here we are, we doing it. Yeah, man. And it's been, to be honest, I was inspired. And I felt so bad when I saw you guys stopping. And I was like, I don't know, man. I wonder what is happening. Why did it stop? Because the momentum was there. You guys were on point. I mean, and I was looking at how you guys were, presenting. The content was good. And it was starting, understand? And But yeah, I guess like you said, it's just a matter of reflecting and starting all over again. And we wish you all the best again. And we will definitely keep on watching and subscribe again, because I think what is important, it's all about collaborating. You understand? As much as there is podcast with Masingita, but that doesn't stop us from supporting other podcasters out there.
Yes,
and talking about the love of radio and the love of hip hop, because you've got a hip hop show. So what inspires you? What inspired you? Because that also will lead me to my question. You hustle, you understand?
Okay.
Because remember, the whole point. We want to talk about the hustle, but before that, you've got a hip hop show. Why the hip hop show?
Okay, so the first time I took a hip hop show, it was a matter of I'm going to work for radio. It was not a matter of what I personally feel like if you had to call me today and be like, we want you to work at Metro FM and as soon as they show up at Love, let's go. We're on radio, let's go. The content and everything will come. But I think when it comes to Mosito's side, the reason why he chose me is because I'm a big hip hop head. I only listen to Amapiano and other songs when I'm out. But on my phone, I'm a big hip hop head. And we actually used to go to hip hop sessions every Friday. I think it's Lakeside, if I'm not wrong, Lakeside. So there's every Friday thing. We would go as a group, and then Bawa stopped because of their own personal reasons. So now our Fridays became free. They became free, and then when they asked him to do a show, hip hop, he realized good time. And we used to go with B to hip hop shows, and she is a radio presenter, so we might as well collaborate on that. So the love for hip hop even grew even more. Which I still love hip hop. I listen to hip hop, but now I'm doing a show about it. Might as well just be a big thing.
Wow. Okay, so the dots are connecting. I see where it all started, because I was like, no man, why can't you do something, besides hip hop? Because I know it's and it was gonna make sense for me if you were even a DJ. But you're not a DJ. But yes, you are an MC. But why hip hop? But now that you're explaining it, that it's because of the genre that has been there all along.
I think that makes sense, because I remember I couldn't be at Timeline for like a month because I work, and then I was told that I can choose whoever I want to collaborate with Umosito. And most of the girls that are my friends that I spoke about, all of them would be like, hi, hip hop, you Mzotini, la showing. So I think also that's why when you find me at hip hop shows, or if I'm always with the guys, because we understand hip hop and I understand hip hop, and it's not just about the hip hop commercial, even your underground hip hop, I listen to that. Yeah.
And what's your favorite jam now currently in hip hop, whether it's underground or commercial?
Whatever song that has Aries. Everybody watching this probably already answered this question. Whatever song that I'm a big Aries fan. I've been following him. I've been loving his music since grade 11 till today. Still a big fan. I make sure I'm always at his shows. I make sure I download his music first. Whatever song has Aries, I'm just a big Aries fan.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't like I don't like putting myself on. I love this song. I feel like in music you change all the time. Today you're gonna like this music, or when you're keeping going and now you're just confused about what's really your favorite song. So whatever, like me, I listen to good hip hop. I don't care who to ban. You can be AKA or Casper. If your song is good, I listen. If your song is trash, we trash it out.
House, we trash it out. Tango. All right, no, I'm loving this, and let's talk about the main theme of the hustle, because we most often find that we tend to give guys the platform or celebrate them in what they do. But I'm looking at what you're currently doing, emceeing, all of the stuff, pushing in Mamale Coke now. And I think we just need to do even the hashtag, hashtag Mamale Coke, going forward. But I just want to find out, like, as a woman, what is it that you're going through while you're hustling, and when you are in a situation whereby you are being even compared with other guys, except your fellow women. But just take me through, like, what is like your journey through the hustling part and some of the challenges that you're going through there.
Well, there's always a lot of challenges, guys. Especially if you're in the industry that I'm in. I'm thinking of the one biggest challenge now, when you're seen as a woman and you're trying to make it in whatever you want to do. It's always a matter. Some men, which is true, they take advantage of that, especially if you want to do whatever you want to do. Because apparently now, more are something in the media, people believe in connections. But now it depends how that you get that connection. So that's one of the challenges of you never really know who's genuine to work with you as a male, which long is just taking advantage. Another challenge is you can come with an idea as a woman, and then that person is going to act as if your idea is not good enough, but then they can still take that idea and go do something about it. And you can't even complain about it because it's not with somebody, you never even shared with anybody else, so you don't even have proof with it. But I came up with this. Another challenge as a woman, it also comes with, okay, I'm not a mom, I don't have a kid, but I know that to a lot of women who have kids out there, the hustle is very hard for them because you need to take care of your child, you need to take care of your home, and you still need to come out in the streets and hustle. So that also alone, it comes with also a mentality. Your mentality, it changes, it triggers with you, and then some people become weak. And also I think another thing that comes with challenges, as much as just temper, which I'm confident I can do this, somehow you still need support, especially from your family and your friends. And if that lacks somehow, I'm just grateful from Git, they believed in me since the first day, and they've been supporting me throughout, whether it's a small win or a big win, that still counts. And also, resources are a problem, especially if you are not working at a 9 to 5. You're just hustling from your own pocket.
Exactly,
So going out from a sponsor, funding, it's not something you wake up and get on a normal basis. You basically have to hustle and keep a little from your own pocket. And it's sad when you are doing so much to put on your craft and people take advantage. Because if we get today, and so it comes with a lot of challenges. But the one thing I always tell my friends and people, for as long as you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. And believing in yourself is not just waking up and saying, I can do this. You also need to put in the work. If when how am I gonna
Sure.
So at the moment I see that you pushing, I'm also gonna be able to push myself. And also it's nice seeing your own friends win, because the moment you see your friend is winning, then you're like, what am I doing with my life if my friend is doing this? So yeah, it's a lot of
you remind me of this saying that for now I'll clap for them, and then while I'm still waiting for my cue.
True.
And wow, this is profound. And I just want to find out something, and in terms of location, where you come from, in your industry, does it count? And then in a sense of you're from Orange Farm, then you're gonna compete with people from Soweto, or let's say we're in Tembisa or whatsoever. Does that count as well, or it's a matter of which was positioned?
From what I've seen, I would say a lot of people take that too serious, and because now, okay, let me say it doesn't really count for me personally. It doesn't count because if I'm from Orange Farm, I'm not gonna be embarrassed with Pumakon. So if I'm gonna leave today and go. So if I'm going to leave Orange Farm today and go to Tembisa because we're going to audition or I'm going to set up a store, and the moment people hear with Orange Farm, I already know Guti, bayong bega in a way which I love, so the moment you step into that place, you need to make sure and then you leave a mark. Like I said when we started the interview, that sometimes it's okay to do the most and you're helping people, and I'm here, I'm doing an interview, but if now people are going to watch my interview and after a week I'm not relevant anymore, what is the point of coming to tell my story?
Exactly.
So the moment you get, like when I said, I went to a school. I went to a school, acting and radio. Until today, I'm still my profile. Which, okay, if you wanna come study next year, you're still gonna be called. You are top 3. You can still come next year and do a speech for the next students. So that means I'm still relevant.
Exactly.
So I don't really care where you're from. I don't really care which. As long as you come to a place and your name stays relevant, I will always talk about you.
The interview is going, it's flowing. It's flowing. And before we talk about the Mama the Cook, let's talk about the love for Amaprenda Sekasi. The love, I've seen you promoting a lot of brands. I mean, you've shared my page as well, you've shared my stuff, you're sharing a lot of brands. When I go to your profile on Facebook, it's I don't know, when you update, but mostly it's all about sharing. What is it about that sharing
That
people's
drives
business.
me.
Yeah, what is it that drives you to do that? And why?
Okay, so it started basically. I love being a brand ambassador, but for every brand. So currently, right now, I'm working for a brand called Skim Senam.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a brand is Skim Senamba, but before Skim Senamba, I started with another brand. It was called Major 90s.
Okay.
So this guy was pushing his brand, and then Anazupelele with his brand, and then that's when I discovered my love for Skim Senam. So I noticed that when you are seen with a certain brand, people will always remind you with that brand. But I came to a point where, okay, before I started doing the show No Mosquito, I would have, like I said, I'm a hip hop fan. I would have guys where they do their music, and I'm like, what you doing is dope. It's you push it. So they would come back and be like, yo, Dana Yazi, somebody texted me and said my music is dope because they saw it on your post.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Time goes, I started posting that I'm emceeing at a certain place. And I'd realize maybe 80% of the people I know came there because they saw what I'm emceeing loud. So I decided, let me not make it about me, let me make it about a certain place. So I started pushing and promoting people's brands and indawo zabantu, and they still do it and they still pay me for that. My place, you promote it maybe for 2 weeks, and I charge you a certain amount for that. You tell me how many times you want me to push it, and the love just started growing because now I have people where, please push my brand, please push my music. I own a certain pub, please do that, and then it started growing and growing. So now I still do it when you have something in you. And I make sure that when I post about it, if it's a pub, I'm not gonna post something in my wood. I need to first come to your place, check it out. If I see that it's my kind of vibe, then I'll definitely push it for you. Because it's unfair for me to push a place, and then my people are coming, but I'm not even there.
Exactly,
doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and it started growing. It even came to Uhudla, where you post a certain food that you eat. People are now also posting that food, and I get managers texting me, which people actually came, but I recommended you post Yako. And I started growing. And I started realizing it's okay, there are certain things that I love doing. And maybe if I could push them, someday I could work for these brands. Exactly. So with the two that I'm currently, the 3 things that I currently push because of me, not other people, it has to be Skim Senamba because I love the brand. Number 2, it has to be Coca-Cola. It's something that I drink on a daily basis. I need 10 because when you shoot and you pose that every day. And the third thing
is...
No, I'm still talking. Shout out to Coca-Cola.
Shout out,
and I hope they see this.
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
So it's basically Skim Senamba, it's Coke, and the one thing I it's I'm a dye. I love dyeing my hair.
Oh, okay.
My hair is always in colors. So the things that I really want to work for are those 3 things.
So are we gonna see your brand dye very soon?
Most definitely.
And what will be the name?
I don't know. But we'll come up with that, right? Yeah. I'm not sure yet we'll come up with that one.
Wow.
Speaking of, are we gonna see a brand yako? Also, in the near future, you're also going to see I'm a brand of my own makeup. That's something that I'm working on.
Yes, I know you're a makeup artist.
Yes.
Makeup.
So what I used to do is I would do people in makeup because I be near eventings, do them, but I can't tell you coke, you understand? So it's kind of like you also realize it's okay, you're doing this from your pocket, you buy yourself your own makeup. Started asking people around, if I started this as a business, would you guys still buy? Definitely we would still book you. And then I woke up one day, Nalanda Ugai Oyenza poster, which is a store there. And I'm the store there.
Shout out
I'm like, please do a poster for me. I want to do the makeup thing. Now these are my cousin and 3 girls, Nabayan's makeup, did the poster, and ever since then the business has been booming. So a lot of people ask you, how long do you want to do this for? So the dream is to have my own makeup studio where I'm gonna hire people, get trained, they also do makeup. And as time goes, I wanna have my own brands, like of my own foundation, my own, because when I'm also in my brand, I don't do just makeup, I also sell a lipstick and my eyelash.
Oh, okay.
So in the future, it's having my own things customized with my own name.
Wow.
That's the dream.
Wow. That is the dream. And you're currently living the dream. So can you push this podcast as well?
Yes, definitely. Why not?
Okay, so what are the charges? She must tell us how much is gonna charge. We want 1,000 subscribers. How much can you charge us?
But I can't charge you right now. Hello. Because I think it differs. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So we'll talk about that
off air. Okay, but it's possible.
It is possible.
To get 1,000
It's not possible. It's doable.
No, for sure. can we talk about before that, just to emphasize on what you've just explained in terms of sharing ukudla and stuff, and I've seen the power that has caused in terms of buying power yabantu. I've seen you did in terms of Azania. You were sharing a lot of his food as well. I also share, and I'm still getting inboxes even today. Where's Azania? Where's Azania? Which is good. You're doing it for Ikasi, and I always say to people, what we need to start thinking about, it's a matter of circulating imali to like us. You understand? If you've got you as a makeup artist, you've got Masingita as a podcaster, you've got Umsito as a sporty, you've got Uchiko as a owner in radio. Why can't we circulate this money here? You understand? And make sure which okay, if I wanna eat, I go there. If I want to make up and what I go. If I want a skipper, I go to Skims and number. If you understand? So that then when you go wherever you go, then they'll be like, okay, this person exactly upumekas and represent brand as a cast. And which is very important. So the hashtag Imamale Cook, this thing.
Okay, so me and my friend realized, okay, because my friend, which was a pre-not god, she's one thing about her, she's always eating Doritos. And one thing about me, I'm always drinking Coke. Wow. So one day we were sitting and we laughed, we're like, yo, I was and then we laughed, and then we decided to take pictures on that day. Taking pictures, I'll post on our social media. And that was the first time Coke actually reacted back and be like, keep doing what you're doing, we're watching. So I'm like, so where's Dog? We and Masi posted that day. And Masi posted that day as a matter of I see should them and I see just your post, but they were like, keep doing what you're doing now. She's been getting the love from Doritos, telling her that they go to some. So we're like, it has to be a thing that we do it all the time. Must be a norm. So we've been doing that every week. We make sure there's a certain day where we take pictures, we do create content, come up with my hashtag, and hashtag Mama Coke. I've been pushing Coke I think for 3 to 4 months now, but the hashtag only started this week. I don't know it. And I'm like, okay, hashtag Mama Coke. She's like, hashtag Mama Doritos. Let's do this. Yeah. And then the hashtag just started spreading. So Coke is not just something in Vugengati. I'm going to post on your Coke because I'm going to win. And like when I said that I want to be a brand ambassador, I've thought about other brands. I've never tattooed Tom and I'm never tattooed more fire. But my love was just with you Coke because this is something in Pila now. I don't want to go out of my way with something I don't drink every day, but because of content. My friend always says, which that's one day says over and your content is a bulal because we do so much just for content. So instead of Gucci, go out of your ways, bulal. Why not stick to what you love and do what you're doing so that it doesn't become too much of work?
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Now I understand the story behind, and I think they are watching and definitely. They'll do something.
Please.
They'll do something. Yeah, they'll do something. And yeah, man, there's a lot that we can talk about. But let's talk about your highlights. Maybe you can take us through. But I've seen there was a gig that you emceed recently. They are like us. The PS gig are like us, where there was Osol that was involved in that gig. Which I was like, wow. And when I saw your video on Instagram, I'm like, yay, chill and grill mos, it's big mos. And I was like, wow. But I don't know whether that was your highlight, but maybe just take us through your highlights. And maybe touch base on what I've just shared now.
Oh, okay. We'll start with that. Yeah. So I was booked by Papi Zoom. He's like, please pull through an MC at Chilling Grill.
Shout out Papi Zoom. Hip hop DJ as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the post I did says gonna be Soul, it's gonna be Kid X, it's gonna be T-Boss. Oh, okay, no, cool, let's do this. Charged him. I went to MC, and then I have this thing. It's not really a secret, but I have this thing of being so excited to MC. Man, I'm feeling down, and I'm like, yo. I sing a song on somebody's giving the stage. So with that day, I told my friend, pretty not good again. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I was even talking to Sister Nzwembu. I'm like, yo friend.
Shout out Sister Nzwembu.
That's my hype girl, by the way. So I was like to her, I friend, she doesn't have time. Like, I see. And I got there. And then when I got there, and then I was MCing with the X from Popai, which is also a very good MC.
Shout out
to X from Popai. And I was like, So he knows, it's like, so and then I heard people screaming for Tibos when he was getting off the car. Something is like, B, just go on stage. And then I went on stage and started doing what I did. And then a lot of people were shocked because I've always been a girl. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm done. And then next day I'll be like, I killed it. I killed this. So that was the one big event that actually boosted my confidence. I killed it. I MC'd. It was very nice. I got a lot of love from people. I got my text. People were tagging me. And it was nice. And then I woke up the next day. People are like, Ngena Instagram. I'm like, guys, I'm busy. Ngena Instagram. And yeah, Soul actually posted the video. And then the video has been going crazy. People buying tag and stuff. And then I actually commented on the video and I actually said, for God to give me more MCing gigs. And then Soul saw that. And then I was telling me, that he actually sent me a DM during the week. He's like, you actually killed it that day, and I hope God blesses you with so much more.
Wow!
So that has to be
nice.
That has to be another highlight. And then another highlight also, Real Fisto was hosting Edlajeni. And I had to, I was emceeing Benfaka Lamis. Lamis was there. I put in Lamis. She also posted a video. I was on the video on Instagram. So that's another highlight in that, yeah. And then my other highlight, I'm talking about my highlights that this year. In February, I did a photo shoot for a lodge. And then we were told which we were going to be on the pamphlets. And so we went there doing our job. We took pictures and everything. I think a month later, I started getting pictures. People were like, check, there was actually 2 billboards with my face. One, they say my China and any they say So that's another highlight. So
celebrity life.
This has been a lot.
Nice.
This has been a lot. But through it all, man, Bongkulunkulu for everything. Because I feel like, I've been hustling. I've been hustling. So I just thank God. Like they said, that you have to wait for your time. So I'm not where I want to be, but I have to say, Uti, I'm happy with where I am. Because then the other 4th highlight, it has to be the makeup business. But you're still scared. But at the same time, you're like, I'm going to do this. And when I started, it was a bit hard. And honestly speaking, I've been running it for 5 months. And so far, I haven't had a challenge that I can't handle. So it's always those small things that you can handle. But ever since then, the business is popping. People are sharing the poster. I have people texting me that I don't even know. But like when I saw the poster somewhere else. So those have to be my 4 highlights of the year.
Sure. I know. Wow. You're doing well. Your story is so inspiring. And as much as, like you said, that there are challenges that you guys are going through, but the mere fact that you keep on going, that's what inspires me. You keep on pushing, no matter what you puma happy, whether say Orange Farm, whether say Makaya, but you keep on pushing. And wow, I'm goosebumps, you understand? Because it's those smaller kind of things that you take for granted. If someone says, and then you'll be like, sometimes we are check with we check up the line up with no, it's fine. You'll never know who's watching there. You understand? Because sometimes we wanna go to those events because of these, celebrities. But only to find that you don't know which when a manager is celebrity, understand, who can even recommend work for you. And the fact that you are solo, when I say solo, like you're not under someone, that's what completes me. And that's why I'm saying you need to keep on keeping on, because at the end of the day, I know it's hard. And that's the reason why I was even asking you some of the challenges, because I know what media does to our people and what you guys are going through at some point. That's understand? And those are the things that we don't have to be ashamed of talking about. As much as when I'm we are pusher, but your progress, it's very slow. It's fine. You understand? To your point, that's what God is doing for you currently. And what I'm saying to you, you don't have to rush it. Give it time. It's not easy, I'm telling you, because it's all in your pocket, but give it time, because once you want to rush it, then you'll make mistakes. In a sense of busy now, and then, to your point, you're no longer relevant. And what we want to see here, we want to see Mama the Coke We want to see Mama Lekok MCing. See the comment and I said, you know what, Nasispana corner, wherever. I said, Mama, looking for him. No, here's a lady, give her the opportunity, then tell her what is it that she must do. You understand? But what I'm saying is that I wish you all the best. Continue doing what you're doing. I'm so humbled, and the mere fact that again I'm repeating a lot of these things because as people we are too focused in rushing these things. You understand? We want to be famous just like that. It's a process. You understand? And the mere fact that some of the highlights, even the people were recommending you to say, you've done a great job and you keep on. We just hope that God will bless you with another gig, and God will bless you. It's all a matter of time. So yeah, in closing, where do people get hold of you?
Okay, so on Facebook it's Bongiwe Khumalo. Instagram and Twitter it's @MissB_RSA.
Okay, no, thank you so much. And anything that you want to say, maybe, and any brands that you want us to, that you want to mention that we must, they must, that are associating with your vision.
Okay, if I could say I'm a shout out, I feel like we would never finish.
No, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's see how we can do it more. Shout outs.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to shout out to everybody who's ever given me a gig to MC. It goes to Papi Zoom, it goes to Real Fisto, it goes to Lady Pub and Grill, it goes to Itchy Spot with Wade. Those are the people who've always believed in the vision and they've never stopped till today. When it comes to people with working with, and I have to brands, shout out to Skim Senamba, one brand that's always making sure I'm always looking good. Shout out to Assistant M for always making sure I'm looking good. Shout out to my friend Pretty Not God for always making sure that every time I need a photographer, I want to do something, she's always available. And shout out to everybody who buys me a Coke every time they see me. The fact that you guys believe in the vision. And a big shout out to all my friends who've always pushed me and believe in me. Shout out to Mosito for believing that I can do radio with him and for making sure that he does the most also with his brands. There's a lot of shout outs.
No, shout out. I also bought the Coke, by the way.
Yeah,
so shout out to
shout out to everybody, man. I know there's a lot of people who are always texting me or always believing me. Today, before I came to your show, I have more than 20 messages, people saying good luck, can't wait to see the interview. So shout out to everybody who's always believed in me from the first day till today, because the day I do get where I want to be, I am in court.
Nice.
And shout out to this podcast for having me today.
Yeah! Definitely. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me just put hashtag and she has said it all. It was an inspiring story. And guys, we can learn from here. It's a matter of being patient. Let's push the hustle. Let's keep on keeping on. And it is possible. It doesn't matter. I like what she said. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you are. It is possible. As long as your circle, let us now support, then you go for it. Perfect. Don't forget to subscribe, share the content and make sure you tell people about the podcast. We are out. Dango.